I've got a couple of these Schlage deadbolt keypad locks, and when it gets cold outside, you enter the code or hit the top button if it's unlocked to lock it, and the handle just spins. You can hear it kind of click, but it doesn't actually engage the mechanism that it takes to lock the door. So the problem is that these things have got lubricant inside. The lubricant kind of migrates around everywhere. In the cold, it gets thick and sticky. And when that happens, there's enough drag on some various parts on the inside to keep it from actuating the mechanism. So the key is take it apart, clean it all out, lube only the plate where there's a little bit of rubbing action, put it all back together. Let's take a look at what that looks like. In this first picture, you can see the outside portion of the lock after it's removed from the door. There's a few screws that have been removed. There's 6 total. Take all of those out. They're Torx head screws. Once you get them out, and you pop that cover off, front cover, you'll be left with this view. This shows, the kind of brown piece there that engages with the front handle, as well as the keypad and the plate where the wear takes place, and that offending lubricant. This is way too much lubricant on this plate. The only place it really needs any kind of lubrication at all is that wear ring you can see that goes around the part that turns. That's where that front knob, as you press in on it, presses against that plate. So it does take a little bit of lubricant there. There's a couple more Torx head screws, same size heads. They're different size screws, so they won't get mixed up. Take those out, and you'll be left with this inside view that plate just pops right off. That gray U-shaped piece is the coupling between the motor, which is the black piece in the upper right corner, and the engagement pin. That pin is that kind of mushroom looking thing with the return spring on it. All those parts just pull right out. That gray coupling just pulls out. The pin pulls right out. In the next view, I haven't got the pin out, but I do have the gray piece out, and I've taken the keypad and motor. They just they're not really held in by anything at this point. They just pull up out of there. So this is where all this offending grease is. You can't see it. Under the right light, you can kind of see a sheen on there. But basically, you need to clean the grease off everything from the motor down. So that spring, that's got grease on it. That entire back plate, the pin itself, the hole for the pin, take all those parts out. I sprayed them all down with CRC heavy-duty electronic parts degreaser. I use that quite a bit in the shop. It's excellent for degreasing parts and leaving them residue-free. Get all those things as clean as possible. Now, the gray piece itself is plastic. I'm a little bit leery about using that parts cleaner on all plastics, so I didn't use it on there. I just used some denatured alcohol on a paper towel and wiped it off really well, front, back, and especially the portion that goes around that spring. That little motor is not got a lot of torque, and it doesn't take much friction between all these parts sliding and turning until it just doesn't have enough oomph to push that pin up to do the engagement. So clean those all up, basically put it back together in the original order. In the backwards order. I cleaned the grease off of that front plate as well. I put just a small amount of some lubricant that's got Teflon in it. It's a grease that's got Teflon in it around where that wear ring is. I don't know if I recommend that or not. We'll see how long it lasts. But in any case, some light lubricant there, and put the thing back together. Now, I did this last night. It's 8 below zero this morning. I just tried the lock. Works every time, first time. So, the click is much more clear. The pin engages. I can lock and unlock with no issue whatsoever. So hopefully this will fix you up.